All right, Screamfest LA maybe comes to an end. We'll see. I think I'm getting one more movie. I also saw that they added The Hand That Rocks the Cradle today. I don't know if they added the contact information, but I'd love to get my hands on that one. I don't have a good feeling from the trailer, but we'll see. But this is actually a collection of shorts. I don't think we covered any shorts for the last festival that we covered.
I don't think so.
We don't do short reviews almost ever. This is a rarity for the channel. We only do features for the most part. But they had 3 shorts that were available at the fest. They have like 50 at least. When I went through the list, there were so many. But as far as what you could get as a at-home screener, they only had 3. I wrote all 3, and all 3 wrote me back and gave me screeners.
Thanks.
So we got all of them. So which one do you want to start with?
We just do them in the order we watched them.
Okay. What was the first one we watched?
The first one was called...
What was the first one we watched? You don't remember?
I don't remember the name.
Okay.
But it was the girls that were breaking
into
the
right.
house.
The Devil's Prism.
The Devil's Prism, thank you.
Prism.
Like
a light shining through a prism, not prison.
Prism.
Yeah, like a prism.
Right.
Okay, so this one kind of felt like it was a VHS segment.
Yeah, I thought that too.
This is done POV style, not found footage, not camera footage. This is like through someone's eyeballs.
I like the POV. That's always cool.
They did not include the blinking and like the closing of eyes and stuff. Honestly, thank you.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of the inclusion of blinking and all of that. Like, I get
it can get kind of annoying.
It is.
Yeah.
It is 100%. Watching a movie, I'm like,
because you're like, I'm
already blinking. I don't need you
now
to blink
you're
for
blinking.
me. I'll do the blinking for you. Okay, my eyes do the blinking themselves. So.
I think the blinking works if it's like a POV for like a really short
time,
period of time.
100%.
But if the whole thing is POV,
it's a good way to tell the audience
like
that you're
POV
looking
now.
through somebody's eyes.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I get the desire to do it, but for an entire runtime of something, no. Especially if it's like an hour and a half. Fuck that.
I'm gonna make a POV where you only blink one time, and the rest you just wide open.
Well, if it was Wednesday.
That's true. She'd just be like,
Wednesday doesn't blink.
Never.
So yeah. Now the more notable thing about this is that it stars Sam Raimi's daughter. So that was kind of cool. When we saw the end credits, we saw Raimi as one of the actresses. Smart to include her. Very John Carpenter of you to include a famous person's daughter.
Yes.
To give your horror movie more selling power. Overall, I was kind of ho-hum on it. At first when it started, I was like, ooh, this is pretty cool. And there was some, like, whispering and creepy stuff to it. And holy fuck, what is this house?
This house is insane.
Or whatever this was. This was the biggest
massive.
fucking place I've seen. Because it looked like it was, like, not an apartment, but like a townhome or something from the outside. But then when they went in and they were going up all these stairs and there was like hallways with 15 fucking doors, I was like, what is this place?
Really cool location. And
what were they even doing there? They were trying to rob the place. And we find out what one of the girls is up to, but I don't know what their plan exactly was. Just like grab good stuff and run, right?
Yeah. Which is fine. Like, I think the setup and everything is fine. And as you had said, I think the start is really strong. Like, I like the POV. I like going into this kind of creepy, but it's not even creepy. It's only creepy because it's empty. But this massive place where the whispering is happening and all that. I was into that. Where I think it lost me a little bit is kind of with some of the more horror, action-y stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
When that's not really action-y, but when that stuff starts happening, it didn't work as well for me.
Same.
I like the look of a character that we see at the end.
At the end, yeah.
That looked really good. Makeup and effects on that was good.
Yeah.
And I also like the end credits. I like that there's stuff happening. Audible things happening. I think that's really cool too. So I'm kind of mad on it. But I don't hate it or anything.
No. No.
I feel like one of my things with these shorts is I always just kind of want more.
Sure.
You know, and then so it's hard because I do think making a short horror film is actually a lot more difficult than people realize because there's so many beats that you have to hit in such a smaller period of time, and that's difficult to do.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Yeah, you know, like it's tough.
It is, and I think that the good thing about shorts and why I don't feel as self-conscious knocking shorts is that I always feel like these are test runs for larger projects, and you kind of work out the kinks here. So I think that for anyone watching this who maybe have worked on it or watched it and is using it as a reference point for whatever they make, in our personal opinion, I think this started strong. I think it had a good initial setup to it, but I think that it just needs work in the latter half with the when the climactic horror stuff starts happening. There's definitely just something left to be desired in that department. Yeah, and the limitations of POV are I don't know. I don't want to blame that by any means because I've seen POV horror work more than it hasn't for me, honestly. Like entire movies that are shot POV, I've almost loved every one of them. There's only like one example I can even think of, and I can't even remember the fucking title at the moment because it's the most unremarkable one of them. But the Maniac remake with Elijah Wood is phenomenal, right? Hardcore Henry is a movie that I absolutely adore. A lot of people seem to dislike that movie. I have no fucking idea why, right? Hotel Inferno, parts 1 through 3, for part 1 mostly for me. But there's tons of these examples of POV horror that work, and I think those are good ones to study. The VHS segment by Adam Wingard in VHS 2 where he gets the new eyeball and it's being shown through that. Like there's definitely a lot of great examples of POV horror shown from the perspective and the eyeballs of the character. So it's a good first effort. I think that there's promise and talent here. I just think that it just the horror ending doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
So that's that for that one. And then moving into our second here, which was the title of this one is escaping my mind at the moment. So I'm gonna move into the third one because I'm gonna think of the second one's name here in a second, and then I'll talk about that one. So we'll just talk about the Mortician's Daughter, which was our third one that we watched. See, we come very well prepared. Notes, scripts. We are totally not off the cuff, totally professional, totally prepared. We're giving people advice on how to do their stuff when we don't even know how to do ours. All right, so take our shit with a grain of salt.
Yes,
a massive,
definitely.
ocean size amount of salt. Anyway, yeah, the Mortician's Daughter.
Yeah.
So. Oh, Sequence is the name of the second one. Fuck it, we'll just talk about Sequence.
Sequence, okay.
Yeah, the Sequence. So this is about a woman who has a vision of something terrible happening, and then she wakes up and she can't shake it, and she's going through her day thinking that things like that are going to come to fruition, and are her fears going to come true? You only have like 12 minutes to find out, so... Yeah, it's tough, man. I do commend these shorts. This one was really well shot. Really, like it had a legit like Hollywood like look to the film quality. So really good on them for that. And I think the acting is quite good from our lead actress. But yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean they're trying to cram a lot into a very small window of time. You know, you're trying to introduce a family, they're dynamic, maybe some backstory of a character, you know, some conflict between the husband and the wife, as well as some background chatter about the son with his girlfriend that they broke up, and you're trying to get so much development in such a short window of time, and I think they convey that pretty well. I was kind of confused on what was going on with the husband and the wife. I kind of filled in the blank there, I think, in the end, but that was a little bit of confusion. But shit, with a 2-second window, it's like, how can I get down on them for underdevelopment? It's like a short is just going to lead to underdevelopment in its very nature. But I thought this one was pretty cool. Probably my favorite of the 3.
Yeah, this was my favorite of the 3, for sure. I actually think they did a really good job with the backstory and everything that we get for the characters, and I didn't really feel that confused about the relationships or anything at the end, and I thought the horror in this worked really well. I really liked the opening. I was really creeped out. There's like a shot that we get in the opening that was like
smiling,
really freaking me out. Love that stuff. Love the visuals that we're getting. Love just kind of the whole concept of like the sequence, and like potentially, I don't know, maybe is that what's going on there? What kind of sequence, right? Like, what are we talking about? Is it a loop? Is it what's happening? That freaks me out for sure. And I would watch like a full feature of this, honestly. I feel like this has a lot that you could delve into,
expand upon.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what to make of the ending. We get a sound, and I was like, I don't know what that's suggesting. You alluded to it a second ago, but I don't know for sure. I thought I was going to hear a different person, and that would have made a little more sense to me, but at the same time, this one doesn't make no sense to me. I'm just still trying to kind of mull it over, and I think that is a testament to a very short film that's like under 15 minutes to get me thinking about what they did, but not in a frustrating way that feels like, oh, you didn't fucking succeed in your storytelling, this is just too confusing, fuck you. No, like it was like, oh, that was intriguing, like let me think about that. So good on them for that. So I think this one's cool. Where these will be and how you can watch them soon, I don't know. I would assume shorts will probably end up on a Vimeo, however you fucking say that, or hopefully a YouTube. I think they usually do super well there. So I guess we'll move into the last one here, the Mortician's Daughter. Now this one is notable here because of our one of the actresses. I wouldn't call her the lead. She's the secondary character, the mortician herself, who is the woman who plays the nun, Valak, in the Conjuring universe. I think, I don't want to say this, but I kind of have to say this. It's not horrible, but I think there's a good reason why she's more of like a makeup actress, right? That she's more of a character like that stays silent and just looks creepy, because I think her acting in this is not good. But the Mortician's Daughter, the older version, because we get a young version. The young version's good too. I'm not saying she isn't. I think she's actually quite good. But the older one, I think, is very good. I think she gives a very good performance.
I was kind of taking the performance of the mother as kind of like sort of, I don't know if stylized is the right way to say it, but like...
Okay.
But I know what you're saying, but I kind of was feeling like it was intentional, I guess.
Okay.
Like some of the delivery of the
I'd have
lines
to see more.
Are a little like...
She's in this for what, 1 minute?
It's very small, but there's some emphasis on like words and like way that lines are delivered that just sort of felt... Yeah,
that could be the director.
Like coached,
that was do this.
Like I want you to put the emphasis like here.
That's fair.
That's what I was feeling, because this for me, this short is like the most horror of the 3. Like it really is leaning into the horror parts of it, and it feels kind of like like fairy tale-esque, I would say, like dark fairy tale, like it has elements of that, and that's why also the delivery of her lines and stuff made me think of it, because it's almost like storybookish, if that makes sense. Like that was the vibe I was getting from it.
I would say like tonally, I would liken this somewhat to The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Just because we're dealing with, a mortician in a room, and there's some creepy shit going on around in the room, and some of the characters sort of kind of reminded me of Broken Bird, which is one of my favorite films of maybe the last couple of years that no one talks about.
That
fucking
film.
Fantastic performance, wonderful character piece. God, I hate that movie got no attention, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused on what was going on here, but
that's what I was gonna say.
I don't think that's a bad thing. This is the longest of the three, and I feel like this one has less of an excuse to be confusing because you had more time. It's double the length of the other two.
Sure.
But I don't think that maybe if I watch this again, I could get more out of it, but yeah, it does seem a tad too vague in certain areas where I was what's happening now with this necklace and such?
Right. I was gonna say it's weird that you say vague because there's also there's a lot of specific things, but it's things there's a symbol, stuff that I'm just and I know it's okay, limited time, you can't give a ton, but I still felt what is that? I don't understand what that is, or what's happening here.
Something burned into the flesh.
Right, that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I have a guess, right? I'm sure you do as well.
But I think that as far as the horror is really good in this.
Yeah, the horror
makeup
works.
Effects are really good. The atmosphere.
The dead bodies look cool.
Yeah, the dead bodies look good, and the atmosphere too, I think is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it was good overall for sure. Definitely one that I'm I guess I just want more information. I wanted to know more about stuff because I feel I don't feel it was ambiguous enough to be oh, let me piece it together on my own. I wanted information from this. I feel I could have gotten more. So either a longer film with more time to go into stuff, or I don't know, some other way to provide maybe a little bit more information about some of the things, or maybe not. Maybe that's not the intention at all.
Yeah.
So that was just my impression.
Yeah, I left this feeling very dead inside. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I just felt I didn't know what just happened.
Right. And that's how I felt about the ending too.
Not in a great way, but not in a terrible way. I wasn't oh, fuck that. That's stupid. It was kind of did I miss something? Maybe I need to go back and rewatch it, right? And it being only 20 minutes, that wouldn't be, too much of a commitment or anything. But I'm really, really confused on what they were trying to say with this one, what the character is supposed to be. I think I got it-ish. Actually, I don't know. I think I don't got it. I thought I might, and then I'm thinking about it, and I'm I don't know why that would make sense. But maybe it does. Maybe I'm missing it. There's just not enough dialogue that I can take and go, okay, I can take that, and this is that meaning. We just watched Rabbit Trap, and that was a 90-minute film, so that's a bit of an advantage there, of course. But that's one of those movies that a lot of people watch and I don't ever understand anything that's going on in this fucking movie. And it's there's so much that you can take and I can use. Be look, she says this, or he says this, or they say this.
Yeah, because I guess
and that's this, and blah blah blah. But this one, I'm I don't know.
Yeah, what I mean when I say I want more information is I don't want to be spoon-fed, handheld or anything. That's not what I mean. I just mean I wanted more stuff to grasp onto, to be to put meaning onto
and
things.
And this is why I'm the mortician's daughter.
No, I'm not asking for that. That's never usually what I mean when I say I want more information. I want more of the context clues. that I can use to be like, oh, this is maybe what's happening.
So
yeah.
We play a lot. I specifically play a little bit more, but Kaylee and I together, we love playing these mystery puzzle games, like the exit games, little boxes with clues in them and this and that. And there's some puzzles that are really exciting because they give you just enough.
Yeah.
And you feel like, okay, and it like sparks your curiosity and it gets your brain chugging and things make sense, but just enough mystery that I'm like, ooh, I can put this together.
Yes.
Other ones hold your hand a little too much.
Yeah, and
I'm like, oh, I'm solving this too easy. You should have given me a little less clues. And then other ones, they don't give us enough clues, and we're sitting there like, fuck this. We're looking up the answers.
There's a
and
good
it feels
balance.
Frustrating, right?
Yeah.
That's how that's how movies are for me too. Like these style of films, it's like you got to give just the right amount of information that I'm like, ooh, what does that mean? Oh, I think because of this and these little pieces, but not enough, or not too much and not too little.
Yeah.
It's the Goldilocks movie when you do these style of stories. So, yeah. Well, the other thing I was going to say was going to be asking them a question. At the beginning of this, I had talked shit about her acting, the woman from The Nun, and you said maybe it's the director or whatever. Okay. If that's the case, I'm not saying it's not. It might be. If you guys know of a film that she's in, that she acts well, she has dialogue, and she shows her range as an actress, let me know in the comments. I want to see it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not doubting anybody. I'm not even doubting it myself that it exists. I just would like to see it so I can be like, oh yeah, this is the director's choice to make her this way. But as of right now, with all I have to go off of, I think her performance in this is very wooden, but maybe purposely so. So tell me a movie she was in where her performance is amazing, or even just good. I don't need it to be fucking Meryl Streep. I don't need it to be Rebecca Hall's monologue in the one with what was that one with we're terrible titles right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with their titles.
Well, you didn't even think with friggin' it doesn't matter. We're moving on. We're done. We're moving on to bed. We're moving on to our life.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. The Mortician's Daughter, the Sequence, and Devil's Prism.
Yeah.
Those are the three we got to see.
Yes.
And we are done with the shorts. We won't be requesting anymore, even if they add a bunch of them. This is it. So it was kind of fun, but it's unfortunate because, a lot of these movies we talk about, people aren't going to be able to see for a while. And some of these, shit, man, they may never.
I know. I hope people get a chance to, but...
We have one, maybe two more films potentially coming, which would be The Red Mask and hopefully The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Other than that, we should be done.
That's it.
I've been watching a lot of these without Kaylee because she's burnt out.
I'm very burnt out
on these.
I'm ready for it to be over. Ready to go back to not watching like 15 films in a week. It's a lot. It's a lot, actually.
I watch more than that.
I know.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.